What's up everyone, my name is Jroids, and as my first full video on YouTube, I want to talk about my favorite zombie game, Dying Light. With number 2 coming out at the end of the year, I thought it would be fun to go over the basic concepts of the game and try to draw more players to the community. Now, in the game you play as Kyle Crane, who is an operative with the GRE, also known as the Global Relief Effort. You are sent to Huron to find a rogue operative who stole valuable intel from them. Upon arrival, you are attacked and bitten by the infected and are saved by a group of survivors who give you antizin, which is a suppressant to the infection. Now, that is not a cure. Now, a lot more happens throughout the game with the storyline, but I just wanted to give the basic idea to new players before I show the gameplay. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I was going to show off is the parkour on Dying Light. Now, this run I'm doing is one of the most simple ones as it's right outside your main base, but it still gives a good idea of what you can do on the game. Now, this is naturally not everything, but it gives a good basic understanding of what's possible. Now, you have to be careful, otherwise you might wind up like her, so you have to land on safe areas, such as this car, or if you want, you can land in a pile of trash, as long as you don't mind your clothes getting a little dirty. And if you want to go another route, you can always use the awnings down below. Now you have to be careful when you're sprinting around because of these areas. If you break them, it will spawn runners, also known as virals. You see them right there. They are extremely fast and normally come in herds, but they are quite weak, so they're easy to take out as long as you don't get overrun. The second type of common infected are biters and bruisers, which normally spawn together. Biters will grab onto you and attempt to bite you, as the name suggests, and the bruisers will just smack you around without trying to bite you. So it makes for a really nasty combo and can overwhelm even the best if you let it. And you can have use spikes. The other basic infected are known as gas tanks. You gotta be careful in fighting them, because if you do that, it will blow up and spawn virals that come after you. So my suggestion when you take care of them is to run them over by any means and use a finisher on them, or aim for the head with any weapon, that way you don't hit the gas tank. Now this is the first uncommon or special infected that you'll run across, known as a goon. He is super strong, but that's about it. His attacks are pretty simple to dodge once you get the pattern down. You might get hit once or twice, like that, but as long as you're away from the main impact, it does not do a lot of damage. So you just have to use hit and run tactics. Run in, swing, and run back out. And eventually you will kill him. You gotta make sure that you get the timing right, otherwise you're gonna wind up getting screwed. And then you can watch his body dance if you're using electric. Second infected you run into that's special is called the Toad. He spits stomach acid, which blinds you, and can be annoying, but alone they're pretty weak, so they're easy to deal with. The next uncommon infected is the Bomber, or the Bomber, yep, pretty simple. He blows up and draws loud infected toward you. Next one you run into is known as the Demolisher, who lives up to his name by picking up and throwing concrete slabs at you. And as you're about to see, he also throws cars and anything else that's on the ground, so you have to be sure to dodge those, and to kill him you have to wait for him to charge and throw your weapon. Mine's pretty damn powerful, but either way it's pretty simple to do. The last special infected you run across is the Screamer. Now you can see her through the window all the way in the back, it's a child, and when you get close to them, you can hear them crying. Now, what they do is, if you get too close to them, which I'm about to do, they will scream and disorientate you. And the best way to kill them is to run up to them and interact with them, making you suffocate them. A little morbid, but it's what works. Last thing is the lockpicking. Now this is an easy lockpick that I'm doing, but the difficulties range from very easy to easy, medium, hard, and very hard. I always like to open up the ambulances because 1, they're easy, and 2, they always have 1 or 2 medkits inside of them. And that is it for the video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know that my speech is not very good, but hopefully it'll get better over time. So if you enjoyed it, please drop a like, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. See you next.